Hi everyone, welcome to another video for CSE110. In this video, we will be covering variable naming convention in Python. While naming the variables, we need to follow some certain rules and regulations. These rules and regulations are called variable naming conventions. By following these rules, our code will become more understandable by any human readers. This is extremely helpful and convenient when we participate in any group contest. If we follow these rules, other participants and our teammates can easily understand what we are doing in our codes. So while assigning a variable name, we can use capital A to capital Z, small letter a to small letter z, digits 0 to 9, and underscore. So for example, if I want to store the name of a student in a variable, I can easily write student1 equal to Ashley. If I want to store another student's name, I can use student2 equal to Mark. Notice that both the variable names contain capital letters and small letters along with some digits. Again, while naming the variables, we should maintain snake casing. This means that when we want to name our variable with more than one words, we can replace the space with underscore. For example, if I want to store my first name in one variable and my last name in another variable, I can name the first variable as first underscore name and the next variable as last underscore name. Here, I have replaced the spaces between two words, first and name, with underscore. Similarly, for the two words last and name, I have replaced the space between them with underscore. This is called snake casing. The next rule is that variable names cannot begin with digits. For example, let's say that I want to declare a variable named first underscore student. This will throw an error in my code since the variable name is starting with the digit 1. In this case, I can rephrase the variable name and set it as student underscore 1. This is a valid variable name. The next rule states that variable names cannot have any white space and special signs. For example, addition sign, subtraction sign, exclamatory sign, etc. So if I declare my variable name as first plus name, it will be invalid. Again, if I use a hyphen between my variables, it will also be wrong. Similarly, I cannot use any space between my variables or any other symbols except for an underscore sign. The next variable naming convention is that variable names are case sensitive. This means that a variable named with capital letter ABC is different from a variable named with small letter ABC. Now let's look at the example below. In this case, we have three variables all named ID. But if we look closely, the first variable name is with small letter I, small letter d. The second variable name has all capital letters, and the third variable name has small letter I and capital letter D. So in this case, these are three different variables, even though they pronounce the same. In Python, there are some special words that are reserved for special functions inside the code. These words are restricted while naming our variables. Some of these words are and, not, or, if, elif, else, as, etc. These words have special meaning inside the code, and as a result, we cannot use them while naming our variables. So we need to keep this fact in mind. These were the essential rules for naming a variable. Some of the other best practices while naming our variables are: the variables have to be meaningful with data stored in it. The variables cannot have too lengthy or too general name. It needs to be in balance. And lastly, the variables should not be written with a single alphabet. So these were the naming conventions that we have covered in this video. There are other naming conventions that you can find in the following link. So this is the end for the variable naming convention video. We will see more contents on Python in the next videos.